Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be chatting to you today. I'm Margaret Breitling, as most of you know, and I've decided to run a series of videos which are focused very close to my heart. I've been working with clients for the last 15 years to help them to overcome their struggles around weight loss. And I do really believe that I've cracked it. And one of the key messages that I wanted to talk to you about today is around emotional eating, because I would say that probably at least 90% of my clients over the last 15 years have been struggling with emotional eating. You know, everybody knows what you're supposed to do in terms of trying to lose weight. You know, so many people have good ideas on what they're supposed to do, but they struggle and find it really difficult to actually lose the weight and to keep it off for good. And I believe that one of the key areas around that is around emotional eating. So I have a couple of different things that I wanted to talk to you about today. I have written some notes because I want to make sure that I cover all the bits and pieces that are of relevance to make sure that you get a lot out of today's session. Okay, so the first thing that I would say around emotional eating is that if you think back to when you were a child, and, you know, let's say you fall and you cut your knee, just remember back to your mum picking you up and nurturing you and minding you. And I'm sure many of you as mums do the same thing for your children without even thinking about it. What we do is, I remember my mother used to give me a spoon of sugar to help with the shock. But, you know, or you'd get like a piece of chocolate or a jelly or something that conjures up in your head that if I hurt myself, if I'm feeling low, if I'm feeling sad, a piece of chocolate, a spoon of sugar, a jelly baby, etc., is going to actually help. And we kind of classify that as treats, if you like. You know, we give our kids a treat if they're good, etc. And just think about what that's actually doing in terms of conjuring up emotion. You know, so if we're feeling low, we either go for a piece of chocolate or a jelly or, you know, something with sugar in it, or some of us go for a glass of wine or a drink or whatever it might be, but none of it is good. If you think about it, none of it is actually good for our body, and it kicks the wrong reaction in your body. You know, it gives you a quick sugar rush, it kicks off the dopamine and all of that. And so we associate when we're feeling low and feeling, you know, that emotional, if you like. So let's just say, think about something happens in work, for example, and you get a bit stressed and you're uptight, and immediately you start either reaching for the coffee or reaching for the chocolate or reaching for a biscuit or reaching for a packet of crisps or whatever it might be, but it's all around the emotion that you're feeling. And I want to talk to you about this because it's really important that you start to actually understand and become aware of what you're actually doing. So you're allowing the food, the chocolate, the jelly, whatever it might be, to actually have the power over you, if you like. At a deeper level, that's actually what you're doing. And you're saying to yourself, I need this in order to make myself feel better. And that's really not what you want to be doing. It's actually a disaster to allow that to actually take over, if you like. So, what's really important is that you start to become more mindful and more aware of what you're actually doing. The first stage of many of you will have watched my webinar or my video where I go through 3 different phases on your weight loss journey. The first phase is inception, which I call it the ham phase. The H is for your habits, your daily habits. So what habits do you actually have on a daily basis that are not serving you in terms of your weight loss journey? and your awareness around those habits. That's the HAM. H is for habit, A is for awareness. Your awareness around those daily habits that you're doing is critically important on your journey. I do like a food and mood diary. So if you're, the way often when you're trying to lose weight, you're going to fill out a food diary. But I actually incorporate a mood diary as well, which is not just around what mood you're feeling and how you're feeling, but it does help you to get an awareness around what emotion you're feeling when you eat the wrong things. But also I get you to track exactly what is going on with you in terms of why did what happened when you actually ate that piece of chocolate, what was actually going on, and that's where the awareness piece is really important. Awareness is 50% of the battle at least. If you're aware of what you're doing, then you can have little tips and tricks to actually help you to combat when you reach for the wrong thing. There's other ideas that I have. So the M stands for mindset. So what I do is, help you to change your mindset. So the habits, so you start becoming aware of your daily habits and which part of your day is not serving you in terms of you wanting to live your ideal life and be your ideal weight. The awareness around it is really key. Becoming aware of what's going on and then being able to change your mindset. If you're aware of what's actually going on, that's half the battle. You're much better able to change your mindset when you're more focused and really understanding. In other words, trying to be present in the present moment as much as you possibly can be. And that's really key to this is, I talk about mindless eating. And if you think about it, when you're eating the chocolate or the crisps or the jellies or whatever, you know that these really aren't serving you. So you go off and you eat this, and half the time you grab it and you kind of eat it really fast without even really thinking about what you're doing. So a great exercise that I give everybody actually is to eat something mindfully. And you can do this with something healthy, and it actually works really well with a strawberry, for example. I say to people, take about 10 minutes to actually eat a strawberry. So you first of all, involve all 5 senses if you can. Okay, well, you can't really hear a strawberry, but you can kind of, picture you in this particular moment in time, trying to involve as many senses as possible, okay? So you take your strawberry, you wash it. Well, you might have the hearing going on there when you're washing it. You wash it and you take it in your hand, you smell it before you actually eat it. I should have had one here actually to demonstrate this because it's really fun to do this. Smell it and you get a lovely smell from it, okay? And then you're touching it as well. You're seeing it. And you're really observing it. You're being fully present with that strawberry when you're doing this exercise, okay? I want you to stay fully present and try not to be thinking about anything else as you're going along. So you take up your strawberry, you wash it, then you start looking at it and start looking at the different little, the little spots on it, if you like. I don't know what you'd call them. They're like little seeds. You're looking at it, then you're smelling it. I can actually nearly smell a strawberry while I'm talking about this. You get really visual with it. You're looking at it, and then eventually you take the tiniest little bite out of it. Just the tiniest little bite, and you swirl it around your mouth. And you chew it and really enjoy the flavour of a gorgeous strawberry. Most people like strawberries, so it's a good one to use. But if you don't, use a different piece of fruit. And I want you to take at least 10 minutes to eat that strawberry in a way that is involving all your senses. And you'll be blown away by how you feel about it. It's amazing. It really is. I've had people say, oh my God, Margaret, this actually tastes different. I'm actually really tasting this strawberry. So it's a fantastic exercise to do, and it will really help you as you're trying to incorporate mindful eating, if you like, you know. And then I'd suggest, if you are challenged, let's say, you know, with an emotional eating thing, if you like, that you go and break one square of chocolate, whatever your favorite chocolate is, and you feel like you really want to reach for this. I want you to do the same thing then with the piece of chocolate, rather than the strawberry. But rather than going grabbing a full bar and eating the whole thing, I want you to take 10 minutes to eat one square the same way, touching it, smelling it, looking at it, tasting it. Take your 10 minutes to eat one square. You will be blown away by the difference in what you're doing here. Is you're actually taking back your power on your food. And you know, I've so many other things to share with you, but I'm going to do this in a series of videos, because I think that's the way it's going to impact better. So if you can just take one thing out of what I'm saying today, I promise you it will really help. So listen, I work with lots of clients. I do lots of free stuff. And one thing that I am offering at the moment, which takes about an hour now, we go really, really deep, is I offer a free call. You just have to schedule it. I'll put the link below as to how to schedule. And just click on it and schedule a free call with me. We dive quite deep into what your specific challenges are. And emotional eating might be one piece of it, but there's a lot of other things going on. And, you know, we dig quite deep. And this is my free gift to you, that you can schedule a free call with me. But just promise me that if you do schedule, that you'll show up. Or if you have to reschedule, please do me the service of actually rescheduling and letting me know. Because my time is limited. I work with a lot of people. I get fantastic results. And I really help people. But I wanted to be able to reach out to all of you who have connected with me in some way on Facebook or on, you know, from watching my webinar. So I'm going to put the link below to schedule your free call. But just please honour that time. It is a full hour of my time that I'm giving to you as a gift. And I would really appreciate if you do honour the time. You're going to love it. If you get a chance, do schedule the call. If what I've been saying to you resonates with you, then schedule a call with me. And I'm absolutely looking forward to chatting to you. Sending you love and light today, and namaste.